Alright, update on Enjin. Let's see what's going on since our last video. So, the last time we updated you, I believe we were on the 26th or the 25th of April. We were around the top at here at $1.31, and we were calling for a move down to the $1 region. We were calling for basically a 17% move to the downside. As of the time of recording this, we're down about 7.5%, depending on which way you want to measure it from. So we're almost halfway down to our prediction. What's interesting as well is you can really see, if we look down at the bottom of the screen, the squeeze momentum indicator, the bulls are really trying to push this back to the upside, but the bears, they came in, it reset a tiny bit, and it looks like, we're having a little bit of a bump. It does seem like we are having a general direction to the downside, or to the upside rather, for the squeeze mom, meaning that bears are losing control. However, I do still think we are going to come down to my price target for a few reasons. Now, when we've initially drawn these Fibonacci's, you can see we've taken out every single fib that we needed to stay above, and we highlighted this when we were down here, that the 786 was completely invalidated from here. You're literally only running off your low at this point. Which is what I drew at the start of the screen before this blocks up our data here. But you can see we've broken below the low, so I really don't see any reason why Enjin would have a reversal here. There's honestly no regions down here, and my chart probably looks plain to those of you who watch all of my videos and who are used to hundreds and hundreds of fibs on my screen. But as far as I can tell, in the macro perspective, this uptrend that we're running on right now is probably the best way to define things. Even if we are drawing out to more of a macro perspective, this 786 is completely invalidated. From this low down here, you can see, we've got one more 786, but it is going to be a little bit more of a move to the downside still. So I am still predicting lower price targets for Enjin. I think at least we're going to be coming down to $1.18, which we're pretty much at right now. But the more likely scenario is I see us coming down to $1, having a strong bounce. That is not only a huge level of support within this descending channel that we're in right now, but it is also a huge psychological level. You could even see, sometimes we've had these quick wicks to the downside. So a quick wick to the downside, maybe tagging one, maybe going just slightly below it, and then coming out within the next couple of days or so. I think something like that is very, very likely for Enjin coin. And like I said, I don't want to take too much time doing this video, because at least to me, this is very clear cut. Your most recent micro impulse has been completely invalidated. I guess it would have been the same here as well. You knew once you took out the 786 that it was going to be a pretty quick journey down to the bottom here. The only reason I think we've taken our time around this 786 is because we've also got lows down here. So after we took out the 786, yeah, it was a pretty hefty drop. It wasn't as quick down as we previously had. However, we didn't have these support floors that we were working with. Or we do have support floors, but there's much more touch points on what's going on around this region, and also touch points to these lows down here that we did take our time to break through. As we are now below them, I think $1 is definitely on the card. Nothing has really changed since my last Enjin video when we were predicting this. If we finish the video off with the oscillators, you can see, our oscillators being the money flow indicator and the relative strength index, we're extremely oversold right now. So while, yes, I am predicting another, probably another 10%, another 8%, something, another 11%, I'm still predicting another 10 to 11% move to the downside for Enjin coin. However, I would not be shorting this. I think your oscillators are so beat down right now. If you come over to higher time frames, you can also see, the MFI recently had a very big macro bottom. So I do find it somewhat difficult to believe that we would be, coming back down to these levels. Let's see, could potentially have some, hopium trend line in play right now from these candle bodies. But, even so, we're below it on this body. And a lot of the time we have these wicks even on the weekly time frame. So I think it is completely within the questions, within the realm of possibilities, that $1 is on the table for Enjin coin. Not only are your momentum indicators saying that the bears are still in control in both the higher time frames and the lower time frames, bears have been in control for a very long time. We've recently come into your EMA ribbons, got rejected, so I think we're coming down. I don't think we're going to have another retest for a short period of time, considering how much we kind of crashed into here. I think we are going to have a quick move to the downside, and then probably a big relief rally coming in the next couple of days or weeks or so. I really think a move to the top of the channel, another 55% increase for Enjin, is definitely going to be on the tables. Like I said, in all my videos, I want to play from a position of strength. I don't want to randomly, blindly DCA when I think the price is going to go lower. I'd want to see a bounce from the $1. Once we have a little bit of a continuation bounce, I think it'd be a nice place to enter a trade until we could potentially come up to the top of the day, the heart line of the daily channel around 140. If you want to be extremely euphoric, you know, between 160 and 170 would be the top of this channel once again. If you want to be even more conservative, you could perhaps argue, you know, maybe a bounce back up to the short-term moving average at 130, which if you're longing from $1 would still be you know, a very decent area. If we draw this down to $1, assuming we have a pullback to $1, we could see, you know, a 31% move coming in for Enjin coin. So there's going to be a lot of potential trades. I will keep you updated for Enjin coin. However, nothing is coming out right now. I mean, there's nothing screaming at me that we're going to have a reversal. And, you know, I'd rather trade, you know, more conservative and trade, you know, fewer trades that I believe are going to break out than just randomly DCA. I think anyone can hop on and say, you know, Enjin coin's having a decrease. It's got good fundamentals. Now's the time to DCA. I think it takes a little bit more knowledge to, you know, acknowledge these are where we're going to have support bounces. This is where you want to DCA. I don't think blindly DCAing is a good idea, because you're just going to end up being someone else's exit liquidity. That's not what I'm trying to do for Enjin coin. I want to play from a position of strength. I believe that will come into play when we come down to this $1 vicinity. So assuming we come down within the next 4 to 8 hours or so, this would be your support box. Obviously the top of this box is going to get smaller and smaller the longer we take. But something like this, I think this would be a very nice place to DCA Enjin. At least in my opinion, not financial advice. This is where I plan on DCAing. So that's really all I've got for Enjin. I did just want to give you a quick update since our last video. We did break below that floor we were talking about. We are heading down. We are heading down, in my opinion, to the price target we talked about in the last video and this video, all the way down between that 1.1, so $1.10 and $1 region. At least that's where I think we're coming for Enjin coin. Let me know what you think below. If you like these Enjin coin updates, then leave a like. Let me know in the comments down below that you want me to keep on continuing the analysis with Enjin. As of the time of recording this, I record Enjin updates every couple of days or so. If you want those more frequent updates, then yeah, let me know. I'd be happy to provide it, as long as there's a decent amount of people that want to see that happen. That is all I've got for you. Wrapping up the video, we have just made the Cowboy Discord. The link will be in the description below. If you do want to join the Discord, it is going to be a place for the community to share memes, time-sensitive information, talk about new chart setups, new cryptos. But yeah, like I said, it's really going to be a chill place where the community can talk and share memes. That is why I really made the Discord. So if you want to join, links in the description. I hope to see you over there. As always, none of this is financial advice. It is just my opinion on the market. And yeah, Cowboy out. Peace.